Alright guys, today, interesting topic. We're on a vibe over here. I got my notes written and everything. Hope you guys enjoying the videos lately. Rewiring your mind, body, and soul. And a quick disclaimer to all of my people out there tuning into this video. When the student is ready, the teacher will present itself. This is ancient knowledge that we are speaking of here, and ancient knowledge in that quote. So, utilize this information how you should and listen to the information that is being presented, because this may be your synchronicity or your alignment that maybe you needed to hear. Maybe this presentation or these words that are about to come out of me are the way that you need to hear what is being presented. So, number one, we are rewiring mind, body, and soul through this process, and these are things that are going to happen to you on your semen retention streak and on your rewiring of mind, body, and soul. Now, to those of you who are new to this, likely many people who are new to this have or are in a dark night of the soul. And throughout your life in this matrix, you were completely blinded to a lot of ancient knowledge or ancient practice, and you followed what everybody else did. Well, eventually it got to the point where maybe recently or maybe a while ago, maybe you're past the dark night of the soul, but maybe recently you're going through some very difficult, dark times. Depression, anxious, isolation, coping mechanisms, all of these different things you could be doing to deal with this. Well, listen, this information could have been presented to you at the right time, as it did for me when I went through my dark night of the soul years ago. So, an initial retention streak of a certain amount of time after a dark night of the soul. Now, a streak of any kind or of any discipline that is removing away bad habits will suffice this. But in my experience, semen retention activates something within us that is incomparable to other spiritual practices out there, okay? So go with the semen retention streak and be very strict in removing all porn. Try and remove lustful thoughts in the beginning. And whatever you do, hold on. And there will be an activation within your lower self that you will feel. And I'm not going to give a set time because it's different for everybody. But go 30 days, see how you feel. Go 60 days, see how you feel. Go 90 days, see how you feel. And if there is something, and if you have not felt anything after 90 days, something is seriously off, and your lifestyle must be terrible. You must be smoking all the time, you must be drinking all the time, you must be lusting all the time, you must be watching porn all the time, you must be doing something terrible. So clean up other areas of your life if after 90 days you feel nothing. But after 90 days you will experience these benefits. And for those of you who have a pretty healthy lifestyle, 30 days will suffice as well. So guys, removal of low vibrational activities and people. And while you are on this streak, and while you are on this rewiring of mind, body, and soul, you will realize that you start to separate from low vibrational activities and low vibrational people. In fact, you will likely start to separate from low vibrational media. And you will start to gather an intuitive ability in knowing what is low vibrational and what is high vibrational and how it's affecting you. Because once your lower self becomes aligned through a semen retention streak, you're much more in tune with your physical body. The reason why I'm talking about rewiring mind, body, and soul is that it's a process. And through a semen retention streak, you do rewire your body. You're much more self-aware of your body, your physical functions. You feel everything much better. Your highways in your body are aligned. Electricity is able to flow. Energy is able to flow much easier. Less blockages, right? Granted that you are eating right, and that is another low vibrational activity that can throw off this process. Overeating, alcohol, reality altering drugs, anything that is affecting you deeply, deeply in the psyche. All of those sorts of things can have a drastic effect. And you know what's wrong, so stop it. Stop the wrong stuff. Come to the light. Come to the light, my dude. Okay? So, you will start to realize, as you realize that your mind is becoming rewired, that synchronicities will start to become noticeable to you. You will start seeing repeating patterns. You will start having instances in your life that are just unreal in terms of you can't make this stuff up. You start to notice the patterns of God and notice the patterns of the universe. And you start to navigate differently. And you start to realize that this is all patterns, and a lot of things are in a circular motion. That is the pattern. So you start to really synchronize, and this is where a lot of, in my past streaks, a flow state begins. And you start moving and acting and speaking and thinking in a way of flow state without much anxiety, without much any sort of mental issues. You start saying exactly how you feel, and many times you say exactly the right thing. And this is the energy moving up into the higher versions of yourself, into the mind. Your mind becomes like a magnet at this time. And this is where we leave our lower self behind. But we have strong manifestation and law of attraction potential at this state. And the lower self is still there, but in terms of your energy is moving upwards. And this is where you will see major drastic changes in your life. But you have to be ready for this ability. Because this ability, if you're lusting and if you're watching porn, or if you're doing, watching garbage, or you're going out and drinking, and you're still sort of feeling this, it could be a lot stronger. First off, it could be a lot stronger. Your manifestation power, your law of attraction power could be a lot stronger without all of the bullshit. But also realize that if you're still doing some of the bullshit, that's going to reflect in your reality. And you don't necessarily know what that bullshit can bring into your reality. So keep all of this in mind, guys, as you rewire and as you deprogram from the matrix. This is a general timeline of the rewiring of mind, body, and soul. And you might be sitting there asking yourself, why is this important? Why is this rewiring important? Do you want to have the ability to, with the help of your higher self and the universe and God, be able to create your reality and follow the destiny that was destined for you? This is the path that you need to take to start living that life. So take all of this information into account, and it goes much deeper, and we can expand very, very deeply on this topic. So guys, don't think that, this is the end of rewiring mind, body, and soul, because the programming that the Matrix has set us in goes very deep. It's very instilled in many of us. And with the energy that is in the air of today's world, many are becoming awakened. Many are realizing the programming that is going on, but don't necessarily know where to start. And this is why I believe I needed and was called to make this video. And as I said, guys, when the student is ready, the teacher presents itself. This is valuable. And utilize this in your new reality and your new earth, because it is yours. The world is yours. You know that saying. That saying is true. So I hope this resonates with you guys out there, and even if you are, one who is highly evolved and who has experienced these things and uses the law of attraction and manifestation potential on the daily, and all of these other laws that we can dive deeper into, it's still a nice structure to hear, and it's still important to revisit some of this information to revitalize your mind, body, and soul. So peace, y'all.